Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right. So, I have like this ritual I usually get on in the mornings, do my mount training. I'll either do crafting writs or queue up randoms, get more transmutation stones, blah, 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 blah. But I always stick my head in the forums probably every other day. It's good to keep up with bugs that are going on that you might not be experiencing, or people QQing about whatever. And this post has to be probably one of the prime examples why ZeniMax needs to implement arenas. Now, I'm going to say this. I have been PvPing for over 20 years in MMOs. I have PvP'd every type of MMO out there, from siege mechanics, battlegrounds, arenas, RVR, you name it, I've done it. Right? So the biggest thing for me is this post. I'll explain my opinion and why there has to be something, and especially incentives and so on and so forth. But let's read this. I have no interest in any other game modes and only want to focus on killing players because he's a fucking scrub. Please, Zoss, give us only deathmatch queue. If the population is split and one of the other game mode dies off, then so be it. It's not going to die off. You can't farm AP in BGs by killing players. Okay? You get your AP based on what? Win or loss. And, that's you don't farm AP the same way in Battlegrounds that you do in Cyrodiil. That's what makes these people idiotic. They think they're like farming AP, and they're not. Like, when they are actually on the brink of winning and they're like, let's farm them. Farm what? Farm what? You're not farming shit, you dipshit. You're a fucking moron. You're an idiot. These idiots need to be vacated out of Battlegrounds. Let the community decide what it wants to play. Please listen to us and just give us what we want. I can farm objective players all day. You ain't farming shit, you dumb fuck. And ruin their experience over and over again. To get your fucking ass in Cyrodiil. Why aren't you in Cyrodiil? God. Why are you making us go through all this pain? Okay. Battlegrounds is like playing chess. It's strategic. It's about group coordination to complete the objective. Like, military actually have these things called war games, right? It's not just, shoot, shoot, shoot. It's about their mental tactics. How to read, their opposition. It usually helps, keep them alive in real combat. So the biggest thing about it is it's about strategy. That is PvP. It's just a different form. Yes, killing is PvP. But if you don't have strategy and you have 30 fucking kills, like I've showed multiple times, you could be in last place and you're a loser. So here's my suggestion. What we do with these losers, we make arenas. Now, a lot of people say, like, well, that's the same thing as deathmatch. Oh, no. See, Battlegrounds is too big of an area. Now, I like the idea of 4v4v4 deathmatch. But see, arenas are much smaller areas. So you can't keep hiding behind things. And if you leave your team, even for a second, you lose. But the objective is one thing. Taking out the team before they take you out. Now, I think reses should be available in arenas, but once a team's out, they're gone. No spawns, no shit. You're dead, you lie there unless somebody reses your ass. I want it to be just blood, gore, and take all these little bitches and see who's got the real, tactics when it comes to a pit fight. Because that's what they need. They need a pit fight. Not a place where they can hide and like, oh yeah, I need my ultimate up. I'm going to come in there and I'm going to flake their asses with the, you know what? You leave a team in arenas, man, it's bad. The biggest thing about it is incentivizing. And I've said that PvP gear needs to be what? Stat-based. Vanguard's a really good set in BGs. It really is. Or, not Vanguard, the one set. I'm trying to think of it. But, anyways, it's off the top of my head. The one that gives you all the resistance. It's pretty good. And that's what they need to do. Period. They need to make arena sets that even makes other PvPers want to go in there. Alright? Now, you can have it two different ways, just like BGs. You can have solo queue, which is random. And then you can have organized team matches. Basically, you do a month calendar, not a weekly. So you do the scorecard monthly. Right? Same thing, you get gold, jewelry, or I wouldn't say gold items. Make it all just gold jewelry of those sets. You need 4 sets, 1 healer, 1 stam, 1 mag, 1 tank. Right? Just make it worth it. Put it in there. Get them the fuck out. Morning, Harold. Hope you have a good day, brother. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I hope you have a very good day today, my brother. This is the thing that I've been saying. I love battlegrounds. The battlegrounds in this game are actually a lot of fun. The thing that makes it not so much fun is idiots running around either on your team or the opposing team. The opposing team actually don't care, because a lot of times that's how I win. When I win is because the other team's got some idiot walking around trying to slaughter people and their team's losing points. It's frustrating when those fucking idiots are on my team. I'm like, oh fuck. We're done. We're screwed. So, I think arenas would be a good addition. Now, given the fact that we have this, the Deadlands, it'd be a perfect opportunity to introduce arenas in third quarter. If Zos could get people to start working on it. It wouldn't take much. You just take, a map, like a pit in the Deadlands, and you can extend on that. You can do one from a log ball. You can do one, basically like Oblivion arena games. Start off with the Deadlands. Right? You've been captured. You and you've been captured. You're like a gladiator. You've been paired up with these people. And you're fighting to, basically survive. Survival of the fittest. All for the entertainment of what? Maroon's Dagon. Right? That'd be awesome. Be like some Rome type shit. Just with Daedric princes, overseeing the battles. So, yeah. I think it would be great. I think it would be awesome. You could throw new perks, like new armor, glamour shit, new sets to farm. For God's sake, Zos, if you were to do it, do not do rewards of the fucking worthy. Don't do the mail thing. Give people a currency that they have to buy it. Why? So they keep playing it. It's not really good when they can just pick up pieces, transmute the shit, right? I'm not saying they can't transmute. I'm just saying the whole idea behind it is to keep people playing it. Give them a credit for how well their team did in the match, right? Like AP, but it's not, because it's arena. It's an arena currency. And then basically they have to farm their set through fighting. And then all of a sudden, we'll see what's up. Because then your second season comes out with the new arena, right? And then all of a sudden they have the set from the first one. They can decide to implement it or not. They can use whatever sets they want. This is ESO. Let them, take whatever build configurations they want. But the biggest thing about it is it keeps incentivizing it, right? And then if they purchase it, it's not bound. They can sell it. They can put it on the market. It keeps the value of that piece high. It's not bound, but it still needs to be purchasable. Kind of like the golden, but not whatever. It's just, oh, great. I have 10,000 arena currency. I can get that waste now. Or I already have the set. I might as well go ahead and put it on the vendor, because it's hard. It would be hard for other players to obtain it, because not every player would be arena players. Just a thought. They need to get the scum out of fucking. I'll try. Just have a solo arena. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could do like a dual arena, but the whole idea is to get the trash the fuck out of Battlegrounds. They should be in Cyrodiil, right? Because why would you be in Cyrodiil? Well, it's a siege campaign. God fucking heaven forbid. But forever and ever since I played this game before Battlegrounds, I grabbed the game. Not really, because one thing, it is an Elder Scrolls title. Second, the most important aspect is the simple fact that it had PvP like the AOC, which was siege based. And it was the exact same, it's carbon copy of it. And that's what Matt did when he owned Mythic. He tried to do Warhammer, but there was just too much RVR, man. It just was overkill. So the biggest thing about it was, because people, aren't always going to when you PvP to do this, PvP to do that, and people don't have anything in between, it kind of gets monotonous. And if you're going to make a PvP only game, you got to have, a lot of other elements present to do what? Make player economy thriving. That means crafting. Lots and lots of harvesting and crafting. So I honestly think this was a really good game for that, but it got plagued with these 1vxers and tower farmers that didn't give a fuck about the actual component that Cyrodiil was made for. So we've had this plague, this blemish in every PvP mode, because these asinines have never had their own mode. And a lot of people would be like, don't do arenas that be toxic. What's already not toxic? They've infected Cyrodiil multiple times. Battlegrounds, no objective player can actually, most of the time, get their objective in, because they're losing to some fuckhead, mostly blades, that are fucking in there, causing a bunch of stupidity. They're dumb. Their mental, capacity is not very high. So this is what I'm recommending. Get fucking arenas, put them in a pit, and let them duke it out. It'll be entertaining, especially for the content creators who want to do that shit. But you got to keep an incentive. You have to, because they'll be like, well, I don't know. I'd probably just go in there and, do it anyways. But offer some incentive anyways. It's going to be a perk. It's not even hard. The map wouldn't be hard. It's the same principle as Battlegrounds Deathmatch, except on what? A smaller scale with a different scoreboard. That's it. That's all. That's the only fucking thing it changed. You don't want a big map in arenas. You want to put them in a fucking pit with maybe a few little spots that they can lose. Not a lot. You want the team that actually is the strongest to prevail. Right? It would make healing and tanking in those matches matter. You want to see 4 blades grouping up and be like, yeah, well, let's just take out the healer. And then all of a sudden they jump in, get CC'd, and all of them die. Right? Of course, they talk about the balance of the game. Everybody's talking about balance anyways. Nobody can justify why not put arenas in. It's basically deathmatch, just in a smaller map. That's it. So I say fucking do it. Put in arenas, get it in for third quarter. And yes, Zosh, you can use this idea. I will not sue you guys for this. I've said anything I've actually put out in the open for a recommendation, you're free to utilize it. Why? Because there's certain things I wouldn't tell you because I don't work for you and you don't pay me. So the biggest thing about it is if I give, free recommendations, there it is. It's free. Have at it. Utilize it. And the community will be much happier for it. I promise. I swear to God. Get these people the fuck out of Battlegrounds. God. I like all forms of PvP. All forms. I just don't like it when I'm in one particular type of PvP and it's infested with a different type of PvPer. And then they're like, oh, objectives aren't PvP. Well, yes, I agree to the people who actually aren't tactical and who are moronic. Absolutely, it would not be strategic PvP whatsoever. Why would it be? I swear to God. I have such a hard time with morons. Single-minded individuals can't even fucking open up their mind or experiences. Jeez, Mateezus. It's like, look, man. I get it. The random Q thing, if you're just wanting to kill people, it sucks. It does. It blows. No doubt about it. Battlegrounds isn't meant for fucking just, warmongers, right? Can't have that. Oh, no. That is definitely not something that, is appreciated. So, and I honestly think at the end of the day, if you don't, give them something, it turns off newer players who are experiencing Battlegrounds or Cyrodiil for the first time. Because certain things attract certain types of people. Like, right? Oh my God, look at these castle sieges. That is so awesome. They first go in and then they go to a keep. And next thing you know, they're being waylaid by 2 or 3 people tower farming. And it's not even trying to whatever. Or you're trying to capture a keep and your campaign, your faction keeps losing. The funny thing about it is, if you actually put arena, it's a win-win because about a quarter of the fucking Cyrodiil population would vacate. That would actually improve on the performance. I know, it's fucking amazing. It's craziness. Oh my God. You can't fake tank this. You cannot. You try to fake tank this, you die. Oh shit. That's too low. Oh my, that's not good. Fuck it, I'm out too. I'll switch tunes. Woof. It's big boy PvP proc set again, right? I hope not. Yeah, well, no, and I agree with you there, Dave. Should not be arena. Like if they incentivize it and they made a really good stat set for PvP, and I'm talking like a resistance, like 1 resistance, like 1 penetration, a weapon or spell, and a max stam, like for example, that would be delicious for PvPers, right? Just like a stat setup like that, adds, X amount of health or resistance, adds, spell damage, adds, or weapon damage, adds penetration, and then has another stat. That's the funny thing. ZOS can find different sets to utilize that would make it appealing for PvPers to play arena. For secondary sets and stuff. That's what I'm saying, man. But you don't want to do rewards of the worthy, and next thing you know, you're just loaded with a bunch of garbage that you're going to decon. That makes no fucking sense. It's like, okay, look, man, the value of those sets are shit because the sets are shit. Second, you know, if you actually had currency where players would just earn the currency, buy it, then decide if they want to keep it or sell it, the value of those set pieces go up really well. So it's a win-win for a lot of players across the board. So, you know, I just think at the end of the day, ZeniMax needs to evaluate that appropriately. You know, they've dropped the ball more than a couple of times. Actually, we'll do this one real quick. But yeah, I mean, honestly, you put out decent sets, right? Tank set, same thing, right? You want to always do the same thing that's been done. You could actually make a tank with some damage. So you could go health, you know, penetration, healing received or something. You know, healers, you know, same kind of premise. Resistance, healing done, you know, things like that. Literally, you know, there's so many opportunities, and yet the problem of it is they can't put anybody in. And the funny thing is, they could sell it on the DLC. They could make arenas DLC exclusives, so the people who want to be a part of it, they have to get the DLC or be an ESO Plus member, right? And people be like, well, that's not, well, whatever. Look. Here's the thing. Why are we purchasing DLCs anyways as PvPers? To get gear to PvP in dungeons. I would much rather, you know, buy a DLC that has PvP content. Because ZOS needs to make money too. Right? There's no difference. The only difference of it is it's dedicated to the PvP. If we're in dungeons farming up gear for PvP on procs, why can't we actually pay for PvP content? That becomes the question. Right? I mean, I'm just saying, man. I'm just for the record. You know? Oh. Actually, I gotta go pick up those dailies just in case. But yeah, I mean, honestly, every time I turn around, it's like, it's junk. I got junk people on my team. Players that are like, oh, yeah, I got 20 kills. Dude, you're in last fucking place.
Comrade, a word.
We lost the match and you're in last place.
Misa don't like objectives. Misa, you know, stay, kill, smash.
Jeez, where's Professor Hulk when you need him? Get the best of both worlds, man. You know, I mean, seriously. And it would work. It'd be a win-win. People would relish it. They'd be like, oh, we have a death match that's like arenas. We got gear that's actually really good. Oh my god. This is amazing. And then people be bitching and whining during their streams. That's bullshit. Where do I hide? You don't, motherfucker. You had a healer? I hope so. Die. Die. Die, you bitch! He's gonna aggro. Maybe. Maybe not. Somebody. Nope.
This city will be your grave.
Can I? Flag. ISP. You suck, you suck, you suck.
Good. Keep your tail strong. Serve to sit that or die.
Like, I think Zoss would actually have a really good reception if they do it. You can't see, the problem of it is the reason they don't separate deathmatch. The reason they don't, knowing that the objective players, right, that queue random. Now here's why: they would solo queue deathmatch. All right, players would pick up the random queues, and that's all they would get. People are like, well, why don't they do it? Well, duh, because they would never get any objective but deathmatch. So that becomes counterproductive as well. So when people ask, why don't we get what we want? That's why, you fucking morons! You're a moron! Okay? You're an idiot! They didn't even stop to think about it. Because they're fucking morons. Okay? They're morons. They don't understand the populace to the queue system. Fucking morons. Zoss won't say it. I will. You're fucking morons. So if you're one of these advocators being like, we should have deathmatch only queue, congratulations, you're a fucking moron!
In her bonds.
I love when people talk so fucking dumb they don't even stop to think.
You draw its attention while I...
You know, that's probably one of the most annoying things I have to deal with on a regular basis.
Mock dwellers, what have you done?
You know, people be like, yeah, well, why don't we just get our way? Please, please. Sound like a fucking kid at a candy store. It's when you want to take your fucking hand and smack the shit. But you don't. You know why? First off, it looks bad. Second, you just bite your fucking tongue. You're just like, oh, please, I'm going to scold my child when I get home. That you don't whine and cry in a store. First off, I look really embarrassed. Second, it's just not. Why? Why? You don't coddle to the children, right? We don't hand everything to our kids when they throw temper tantrums. So we're going to do it when adults cry and whine? God fucking A. You want to teach your kids good habits, right? That's what we want to do, right? Don't tell me nobody gets frustrated when a kid throws a temper tantrum in a public place. We're all like, oh shit.
You really did. I have searched high and low, but I can't...
Now we got adults doing it in life.
...or the elders.
Fuck.
It is also very, very quiet.
Jesus. I swear, man. You
Or
can't.
they have gathered in
You
great numbers
literally
to
have
keep
people who
us
don't
all.
think.
I hope it is the second.
And I think Zoss, to alleviate the problem, the best goddamn way to alleviate the problem, you don't give into them. You do what? You rectify it. But you like as a parent, you have to realize where's the bad habits coming from, right? Where is it coming from? Same principle. Same principle. Right? We just got larger versions of it. That's all we got. We got larger versions of giant children throwing temper tantrums because they can't get it through their fucking thick skulls that if you friggin' separate it, it's still a part of the same Q system. And what it ends up doing is it takes the rest of the objective play and flushes it. So next time when somebody talks, say, how do you think for a living? Do you have any mental capacity for reasoning at all? Probably not. Probably not. And that's why there needs to be arenas. There needs to be. We find the compromise, we give them what they want, and we give them a bloodbath. But, you know, like I said, you can't just do it somebody's like, well, why don't you just do arenas with the current map? It's too big. Right? Too big. Too big. Too big. I've said it, man. I'm all for the carnage. I'm all for the carnage. Let's do it. Alright? Zosh should completely implement carnage and carnage and more carnage. It'd be perfect. It's a perfect time to implement it. Get it in third quarter. Get a team on it. Get some maps. You know, with the Deadlands. Get friggin' Maroon's Dagon on a giant throne like friggin' they would do in Rome. And friggin' make it amazing. And get 4 sets out there that are stat-based. People will eat it.
You darn slave stop!
So, one of the beasts broke free.
Puny rats fall down! All fears our nerve! Down here, make lizard dead! No, you die! You...
I had him by the short spines.
Tell you what, man. Geniuses. Give us the arena Zoss, please. Give them what they want. Just don't give them the Battleground version. Get some new sets. Sell it to the DLC. Make a profit off of it too. I mean, seriously. Because the funny thing about it is people won't be able to complain. They'll be like, well, I don't want to buy. Well, then you don't want a PvP. Shut the fuck up. You wanted it. We gave it to you. We got to make money. It costs us money to do what you're asking us to do. Right? It's costing money. And if it's costing money... Dude, wrong one. Excuse me. Jesus. Yep.
Too close. Thank you.
Hell to the Izzy. Good to the Izzy. That's the anthem. Get your hands. Imperplasm. Oh, that's pretty good. Like I said, I mean, Jesus, it's, you know, a good idea. I don't think a lot of people would hate that idea, you know.
Right, savages. This city will be your grave. Your strength belongs to me. Beasts in amber, wake and remember. Rise, amber shade of
Nero will
sandalwood.
crush your head.
Drink deep and fall to madness. Enough! Break vines and drag them to Sithis. No! You will feed the roots. You will.
It
You
is time
will.
to make this witch pay. You attack from the right. I will
Wait again.
I erect the spine of deep disappointment.
Look at that. I got a lot of passes to unlock on this
Is
tune.
the mad hist. By the do you see how it weeps and twists its roots? I hope there is still
Alright.
Phew. That ladder was not kind to old news. You have
Yeah. Seriously, the thing that irritates me the most is when people just don't stop and contemplate the most, what I would consider the most logical explanation to your question. But why? Why, Zaz? Why? God, oh God. Okay? I know, right? I know. But you don't look very intelligent when you're sitting there not contemplating, I don't know, why they can't do it. It's not because they don't want to. They fucking can't. Okay? They can't. If they do, they're fucked. Okay? They're screwed. They're hosed. Alright? I don't know what else to tell people. People are like, oh. It's like, yo, man, seriously. You have to understand the queue systems put together. Well, they get separated. Yes, but then they do that. The Battleground players don't have that option. That's what I'm saying, you know. Where there's a will, there's a way. Typically, I would agree. But you have to understand, once again, it's all about what? It's all about trying to separate, giving you what you want, but making it a different setup completely. And I think arenas is just the way to go. Bring it on! Bring it on! Give them their arenas. No one can complain it's toxic. Put incentive sets out there. Make it a monthly score. Give people, you know, I'm telling you, they do this. It's squat and sell each. You do it once a year. You do a season once a year. Monthly scoreboards, annual seasons, or you can do it quarterly. Add a new arena map for every season, right? You start off with one, you do another one. The queue, it's kind of like Battlegrounds. It keeps it simple. You add a new set, right? Different structure to the PvP stats. Because people would eat that shit up alive. They would. They would flock to it. What are you speaking about? Just right. People crying about separating deathmatch and Battlegrounds. And why it's not as feasible as one would think. And how to rectify the scenario is by putting in arenas. So if they were to actually throw in arenas, they'd have basically a death match, a new incentive, smaller map, and players would flock to it. It would get those Cyrodiil Xers the fuck out of, you know, Cyrodiil. Like, because Imperial City, as much as a lot of people, it's a gank fest, and it is. It's a gank fest. It's a gank, you know. I still have to go down there, though. Why? A lot of players have to go down there. Why? Because of Telvar sets and Telvar rewards and whatever. So it has its function. Whether you like Imperial sewers or not, it has a function. Cyrodiil has a function, right? Siege. So we have, you know, a PvE slash mechanic in the game. We have a siege engine in the game. We have battlegrounds in the game. So why not throw arenas to get these trolls, these junk players, give them what they want. Let's see who has the real skills to do what it takes to get it. You put a solo queue in for the people who deserve to get their butts spanked. And then you make team matches. You know? Team scores are different from solo player scores. Solo player scores will have its own leaderboard. Team scores will have their own. Why? Because team scores aren't going to be as prominent for queue. Right? And they need to fix the queue system so when you're in combat, it doesn't fuck your queue up. So they could go out doing something, a 4-man team group up, queue their friggin' their daily, you know, match, whatever. Or you put a window for the group queue system. You only leave it available for, you know, 2 times a day between both different time zones in the world. You know, usually in the middle between You calculate that. You can do that within like a 4-hour gap. So 8 hours a day, 2 different times, it would be up. You know, one like early, like kind of mid-evening, and kind of one midday. 4-hour window, you know, for group queues. Leave it open all weekend for people to get caught up on their score runs. So the other modes were forgotten about. Okay, bye. I am tired of your ranting. Oh, whatever, dude. Just got more people in deathmatch. What are you talking about? You don't even know what you're talking about. Bye, troll. Watch it. If they come out with arenas, if they were, you would kiss my ass. I've been doing this too long. Too long ranting. I love it when these trolls come in here and they don't even know what PvP is. You know why? Because the meta players don't PvP. They don't know what PvP is. Get them the fuck out of here. Fucking waste of fucking space. Fucking gross ass. Oh, we got our sets. What do we do? PvP? No, we don't do that. We're dungeon player. We're trial players. Yeah. Go. Every game, my end game was always PvP. Why? Because no matter what game I played, no matter what amount of content, I had downtime. The too much downtime in that game. Now in this game, I'm playing catch up. So PvP helps break it up, but at some point, I'm going to have my builds done. At some point, I have nothing to do but what? Wait for the next DLC, wait for the next chapter. And what do I do between time? I don't play, or I could play PvP. Yeah. So, anyways, I'll let you guys go. Food for thought. I just hate when like somebody's like, "Oh, give us a solo queue. Shut the fuck up." Obviously, you didn't think about the solo player randoms, the randoms that get clogged, getting only put into deathmatch. Every other objective gets toileted anyways. Anyways, I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystic's MMOs. Have a good one.